Welcome back to Dog Pound Media. This is Coach Turk, and today we're going to do a reaction. We're going to start a reaction series on my 600-pound life. I'm sure that most of you, if not all of you, are very familiar. But before we get into the reaction, I want you to go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. All right, it's free. We're trying to get to 100 subs by the end of the month. All right, with that being said, let's get into the video.
You can do it.
Damn it!
There you go.
My life is so miserable now because I've let my weight get so out of control that I'm barely functioning. And it's getting harder and worse every single day. And I know I'm very close to becoming bedridden. So at this point, I wish my life was just a nightmare that I could wake from. But I don't. Instead, I struggle to do what I need to do to survive. And it's getting harder to get out of bed.
So, when I'm doing these videos, especially reacting to this is something that I can identify with, because even though 500 pounds, 600 pounds, in this particular case, this young lady here is 800 pounds, I was well on my way. Every habit that I had was leading toward this amount of weight. Because there's a point that you hit, and if you've never been overweight or morbidly obese, you really can't identify with it. You really don't understand. But there's a point of no return to where you just can't see. You can't see the forest for the trees. You really can't see how you can get back down to the recommended size. It's not, and it's something that you struggle with daily. There's a lot of psychology. A lot of people, they want to castigate or punish and say, well, they just lazy. No, there's more to it than that. Like with me, it wasn't that I was lazy. I was literally in such a depressed state. My mental health was in such disarray that I could not bring myself to get up and do anything. I didn't want to be around anyone. I didn't want to live anymore. Just, wrap your mind around that. And this, for her to be this debilitating, like, could you imagine? Put yourself in her shoes. I know some of y'all won't be able to, but there's someone out there in all of YouTube that this will resonate with them. And this is what it's like. And if you're not there yet, it's time to make a start. Like, try your best to get up and do something. Just be more active. Eat a little bit less. Don't change everything all at once, because once you get to a certain size, these things are embedded in you, almost like the same habits. You'll have the same symptoms as someone who has a substance use disorder.
Right now, I live by myself in a one-bedroom apartment on the second floor. But my size makes it almost impossible to do anything on my own. I'm barely able to even make it to the bathroom because walking is so difficult. And once I get there, I'm at the point where it's getting hard to fit through the door, mostly because of my stomach and how far it hangs. And by the time I try and bathe myself, I'm already exhausted and hurting, with barely an ounce of energy left to clean myself. It's been a long time since I could stand in the shower, like 12 years. And it's getting so hard to keep clean. I've had to go from bathing every day to about every 4 days because I have to work so hard to do it. But even
So if you'll look, that's actually a skin fungus that's growing between her fat layers because she can't wash her back. She can't reach her back. She can't stand in the shower. What you see her doing is a reality for someone of that size, and some that are even 200 pounds smaller than her. Um, when I was 500 pounds, I found it really hard. I was starting to find it very hard to clean myself when I went to the toilet. I'm just, I'm this channel is about being transparent, showing empathy, and educating the world and people who want to watch about what it's like when you are morbidly obese. Morbidly meaning there's a death component associated with your size, that you could die any moment, um, because your heart is having to work so fast. But also there's a hygienic element to being a certain size. You may want to shower. For me, I didn't care. My depression was too bad. I didn't care about showering. I didn't care about nothing. Okay, like I said, I didn't even want to be here. But you also get to a point to where you can't reach your body parts anyway. Like you can't stand. Like I wasn't able to just stand up in the shower and balance myself. I could get in the shower if I chose to shower, but I couldn't really turn around good in the shower. I was always afraid that I was gonna fall in the shower because my hips were very weak. My legs were weak. They didn't feel stable. I didn't feel balanced. So a lot of times I would just wash up in the sink if I felt like doing anything at all.
on days when I push myself to do it. Some areas I can't even reach without using a stick or something. I have to reach and poke and prod at myself. So it's so hard. And I hate that I've let myself get to this point where I'm struggling just to keep clean. One of these days, with all the pain and how exhausted I feel, I'm not gonna be able to do it anymore.
Come on, Samantha, come on. And we're up. Okay.
If I fall in that little tiny bed,
Look at look at the discoloration on her lower leg that you can see that's facing the camera right now. You can see where she has definitely signs of pitted edema in the lower extremities, very poor circulation. Her heart is struggling to pump blood throughout her entire body. She's winded just from standing up. I mean, could you imagine trying to stand up with 800 pounds on your back? If you want to see what it's like, you don't have to take 800 pounds. Just take 225 pounds, put it on a barbell, and then put it on your back as if you're going to do a squat, and take a lap around the gym, and you'll get to see what it's like to weigh as much as two humans. Two large size humans. I mean, at 500 pounds, the weight I was at, that's two adult males. That's me and another person, a whole big other person. 250 is not small. So that's two people. Just think about that. Let that resonate in your soul.
bathroom, I'm just gonna stay there for God knows how long without a phone to call for help. And I just hate it. I hate how hard it is for me to be in this body. And I'm constantly miserable. So all I want to do is find ways to forget about my life. So I eat because food lets me do that. And that's mostly what I do.
And see, she just told you the psychological part that is holding. Remember earlier in the video when I said that there's a point when you get past the point of no return. She feels like she's at that point without saying that she's at that point. If you're listening to what she said that food allows her to escape what's real. Okay. So a little bit of brief background. I actually have a PhD in developmental psychology, a master's in behavioral psychology, and a master's in developmental psychology as well. And escape, meaning you want to run away from and move away from, and the problem is her being morbidly obese and the way her life is and the way it has affected her life. So she escapes through food. Some people escape through video games. Some people escape in their thoughts. They go and engage in a behavior that takes them away from what's real. And what's real for her is that her life at this point is very hard. It's a struggle for her. Okay. So we're going to pause it here and like and subscribe for part 2. And we're going to keep these reactions going. Okay. But this is the part. So we identified the problem in this first reaction. We are touching on causation, and we're going to pick up on causation in the next video. Coach Turk out.